Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my preview of the reworked DX Army Degeneration X Shawn Michaels. He, of course, is completely paid. The only way to get him is you rent him. So let's start off with some housekeeping, right? You're going to go into your store, click the Memberships tab, DX Army Pass. You go in here. I'm on the CC account, by the way, and it's $19.99 a month. And you get these things. These things that you get are not good. It's not worth $20 a month. The problem, and there's no fixing it, because the way it worked is they started the vault and then they just kept adding on to it. And it takes forever to clear the vault and go to the next tier. And the good stuff is at the end of the vault, which is potential, it's IOW straps, which have the option to roll affiliation. It will take you years of having this pass to get there. And I mean years, multiple years, many years. So there's that, right? The token cases and stuff, they're way outdated. It's not good. The IOW straps are good. It comes with a 2-star Shawn at gold. And then you get fuses again in the pass, but it's going to take forever to get to those fuses as well. So you have to level them up the hard way after you get them at 2-star gold. So keep that in mind. You won't just start with them at like 6 bronze or that kind of thing. So really what this is going to be about, is this worth the rental of $19.99 a month? As soon as you stop, you don't keep him. He stays on your roster, but he's not usable. Okay? So we're just gonna, that's what we're gonna start with, that information. So in the back of your mind, be thinking, is it worth $20 a month every single month that I want to use him? The other stuff, like I said, it potentially would be worth it if it didn't take years and years to get those IOW straps. But legitimately, I'm not joking, it will take you years to get to those IOW straps. So, all right. With that being said, let's kind of dive in and take a look at Shawn. The one thing you're going to need, and this drives all of the damage for Shawn, 100%, is the moment. If you do not have the moment, then this Shawn will not be good, reworked or not. Okay? He'll be okay, but not like you're gonna see here. So this is the damage. This moment is the damage DX Army Invasion. Not particularly hard to get. And the reason it's so good here, though, is X-Break Gems do 1500% more damage. Now, all moves that deal damage deal 500% more. Sounds really great. We're going to talk about this more in the video of why Shawn's move damage looks amazing, but tier 6 against tier 6, it's going to suck. And I will explain why as we go on. You may not believe me, but I have plenty of experience to be able to back it up, and videos showing how much move damage gets nerfed with a buff. He does not have a gem percent or move percentage buff. So what we care about really is the X-Break gems, 1500% more damage. It's essentially like 3 yeet plates going off on those X-Break gems, okay? And then all color gems do 200% damage, is really nice as well, but it's not the be all end all. So with that being said, this is Silver Shawn. Again, I'm on the CC account. We're going to start off, I have 100% strap equipped. I'm going to tell you right now, doesn't make any difference. You don't even need a strap to win with him. And what do you mean, Mherex? I will show you. Because again, all of the damage is this 1500% on the X-Break gem. So any gem that's an X-Break gets 1500% boosted damage. I'll show you in the match in case you don't know. And maybe you'll learn some stuff. So the 3 moves we're going to use, and the only 3 we're going to use, but I'll show you different ways to play this. Teardrop Suplex, 6 MP, deal 946k damage, increase your green gem damage by 100% for 1 turn, then deal another 800k damage, make 39 random gems into X-Break. Sweet Chin Music, 10 MP green. Finisher, deal 1 million damage, make 44 X-Breaks into greens, and pin the opponent. Hardcore, if opponent style is focus, first deal 1.42 million damage plus 118k damage for every X-Break gem. You're not going to care if you're going against focus or not unless it was a boss battle. And then Spike Piledriver, 1 MP purple, deals 770k damage plus 118k bonus damage for every X-Break gem. Entourage, We're starting with an entourage everyone should be able to run. She's free. 2 green MP, he's free. 4 green MP. All right? And we're building a base so I can show you why so much extra stuff you're going to see, maybe have seen on him is just superfluous. It's not needed. It's not worth it. It's wasting your stuff to put it on there. Well, again, we'll talk more about that later. So just to start off, I have a 200% move damage medal, and we're going to go on the road against Big Papa Pump. He's gold, we're silver, and we have nothing fancy equipped. Really simple. You're going to click 2 moves. You're going to click this. It's going to throw your random gems out, also give 100% green boost, so the green gems with these will be really spicy. You can see that is 1.39 million on that green. Without the X breaks, it's only 373k damage, so we're getting like a million gem damage boost on the greens. You can see reds, X breaks 323, blues 487, yellows 323, black 487, right? And then purple, I think, is the secondary, yeah, 582k. So, because of the moment, and it works on the X break, it's doing 1.89 million damage per every X break. We have 39. That is 73.71 million damage at silver when you hit this move. 73.7 million damage when you hit that move at silver. And so that's going to zero basically everybody except maybe Showboats. Now this swipe you're going to see is silver damage, so you're basically going to double it. The gem damage it does. It does 21 million. It's going to do like 40 million. 45 million probably with this setup at gold. So 73 plus 45 is roughly 118 million at gold. And you'll get a little bit of boost on the X breaks too, with just those trainers. So basically, anyone can run this moveset. What I want to talk about, and what maybe a lot of people don't know, is unblockable damage. So in this game, special gems like X breaks and moves that do per X break damage, like this one, are not affected by metals. That also means they're not stopped by metals. So you could have 1,000,000% armor. This move will still hit for max damage. Okay? So there is no way they can stop this damage from happening no matter what setup they have. You throw this, you hit this, that damage is going to be true. It's true damage, as I would call it. It's unblockable. You can't stop it. So that means you can go in without a strap against anybody's defensive setup, and as long as they don't have a reversal to a gem buff, you win. You're gonna win. Okay? That is the value, in my opinion, of this Sean, is his unblockable damage. So we're just gonna start off there. That's why I'm showing you with basic trainers. We came up with 118 million. That's the damage we did. Let's now let's do more trainers, okay? With this unblockable set, and we'll go from there. So you can see we were at 118 million. Now let's run this and see what we get to. You guys remember the 118? So BPP, 50% more green gems, 1 more X break from Kane. That generate X break is pretty nice. And then X break gems do 25% more damage. So really what would be better would be 17k Santa here and DDP here. In fact, we'll do that instead, because I think 17k Santa is probably at this point less rare than BPP. So let's actually do that. And let's throw DDP on, who apparently I haven't used on this. I used him on mine. There he is. And let's do that instead. So ignore the graphic. We're just going to do this instead. This gets 50% more X breaks, but 4 more, because that's where all of our damage is from those X breaks. So 4 more there. And then I think we could make the case that Kane might be better than Almost, but we'll just run with this because enough's enough, right? So 118 million with the original setup. Now we've like beefed it up a little bit. And again, all of the majority of the damage is coming from the X break move. So you can see now we're going to throw 43 gems. Times 2.07 million. 2.07 million. That gives you 89 million unblockable gem damage. And then we're going to swipe. And we did 28 million gem. So that would be 56. Roughly. Like 145, 150 million now at gold. So it goes up, right? With the trainers, it definitely goes up. But not like a crazy, crazy amount compared to where it was, right? So the point I'm trying to drive home is that unblockable damage is there. And a lot of people are going to be tempted to throw a lot of plates on him. And I'll tell you right now, most of them aren't going to add that much damage, okay? Like the anniversary plate, the X-Break one, that puts multiplies out, that isn't going to add that much damage. Blade Braid would be better, not amazing, but it adds 100% to the gems that are already buffed 1500%, right? From the moment. So it's literally going to give you 1/15 of the damage on those X-Break gems. That's it. So it's not the big deal that people think it's going to be. And I think a lot of people, the worst plate you could put on this build is the Green Royal Rumble. Absolutely the worst plate. Will it add some green gem damage? Sure. Is it going to add that much? Not that much, and it's not worth the time it's going to take you to cycle and run the moves. It's not worth it in boss. It's not worth it anywhere. The worst thing you can do is put the Green Royal Rumble ultimate on this. Just leave it bare for now, or you could put like the Buzzard's Beak and get an extra 50% green gem damage, since, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the play to run. So Braid Blade and Buzzard's Beak. Now, I want to talk, before I go to the final moveset, I want to talk about why I don't think a Sheik plate and move damage would be great on him, even though the moves are buffed and all of that. His base move damage, well, it isn't terrible, is only like 1 million. Sheik plate would add 1 million on this one, and it would add 949 on this one, 800k on this one. So it's not adding that much, like, onto the finisher, right? You get you get 2 buffs, so it add 2 million extra damage on the finisher. As far as move damage goes, right? Notice the tier 5 metal, because Fury is the way to run with him, or armor if you want to do unblockable, but Fury is always pretty much better, and in this is no exception. We have 200% move damage. So unless you go hunting move damage substats, which in this set, why would you? You have 200% damage. If you put a set of Fury 3 on, they're leveled out, you're going to have over 250% move damage reduction. He's going to hit for 0. You put Fury 3s on him, he's going to have 250% move damage. Your moves are going to hit for 0. So against top tier opponents wearing the right metals, his move damage is non-existent. It's 0. So don't even worry about it. It's a waste of your time and thought and effort. Unless there's a percentage buff and it's big, move damage is completely worthless. Max tier versus max tier. Okay. Now the final set, I call this 2-click special. You guys know me. I love 2-click. Why do I like it? Because swipe is also 2-click, but you have to swipe the board, which is interacting with the board. So we're going to go with Roxanne, Santa almost, because this makes it so these 2 moves are loaded, right? And this, we're not getting the unblockable damage. So this is just a straight double across the board at gold. And this is where you would want especially the Braid Blade and the Buzzard's Beak. So this straight up not unblockable, and this is where the better stuff you get, you know, the better. You could still hit this other move as well. We're not in this case. I'll run it and calculate the damage for you. But so that's 61 million. With this setup, you're looking at gold, probably 130 million, max levels, filled stars. With those 2 clicks, that's really simple. There's no MP up in either of these, so you only have to worry about Hall of Famers with the reversal. So there's that. So I don't want to go crazy goo goo gaga and say he's the greatest tech in the game. He's very good. He's very fast. But it is paid to win. And if you want to 3-click it, you can get the unblockable plus that, whatever we did, like 130 million with 3 clicks. And that would be 39 gems. Times 2.01 million. You know, roughly another 80 million. So like 210 million at gold. with the 3-click setup. But again, I would only hit the unblockable if you need it, because it adds time, right? So, and in that case, you're probably better off swiping with the two moves instead of the third move. But if you need the overkill, it's there. So I would set up, this is the way I personally would set him up. So go in, plan to 2-click, and if for some reason I don't think I can wipe 130 million health, or maybe they're crazy armored, then I could hit the unblockable buff move, or unblockable per X break move, right? Obviously, he would destroy any X break gem boss that there ever is. He would be the guy. So back to the question, is this worth $20? So I can 2-click and hit fairly similar with Ilya, Mercy. They're both over 100 million. Like I said, the real attraction to me is the unblockable part. But I don't like having to swipe the board because I'm lazy, so I wouldn't run that. I would run exactly what you're looking at and 2-click it the bulk of the time. I think where this is probably most worth it is to bridge the gap. Meaning, let's say you're newer to the game and you are going to spend and get a bigger account and stuff like that, but right now you don't have a lot of stuff. So let's say you're newer to the game, you're a spender, you can get this and clear a bunch of content, right? You can beat tours really easily. He doesn't need a lot of crazy stuff. Clear a bunch of content. You can beat people that you couldn't beat. Like, he could be really good in showdown for people that don't have a good showdown guy with that unblockable damage and stuff. There's just a lot of really good usage for him on that kind of account. When you get to account, like my own personal account size, is he good? Would I use him? I absolutely would use him, guys. He would be one of my best techs. I like the unblockable. There's no question he's right up there with the best techs in the game. But that's what we're asking. Is it worth $20 a month? If it's worth it to you, you will know. Do I think it's worth $20 a month for him if you had an awesome account? Maybe not, right? But the point is, there is a lot more value to it now because he's currently really good today when we're doing this video. So I think tentatively, I want to say for some accounts, yeah, it's probably worth it. And it's probably a good $20 a month you could spend on this game. For sure, like, I mean, because Shredder is free, he's really good. He's got a really solid 2-click build. He's got move damage builds. So I don't think you need this to compete. So while it is like, it's pay to win in the sense to use him, I don't think you're getting a massive advantage over like other even free superstars that were given away, like talking about Shredder. I just think really what's really nice about him is the low entry to hit big damage with him and unblockable damage. So I think if you're in a situation where you're okay with renting and spending, and you can get him to 6-star bronze, because full disclosure, he will do this damage easily at 6-star bronze that we're seeing at silver. It's basically the same damage. I have him at 6-star bronze on my account. I was playing around with him earlier, and 6-star bronze basically is very little less damage. So you're still gonna hit for like that 70 whatever it was, 3 million unblockable, and then like about 10 to 12 million gem damage at 6-star bronze, right? So that's really good. As far as the moves, let's see when they unlock. That is the 6-star move. So 6-star bronze is the entry level for that. But keep in mind, you will need the moment. He is a rental. I think you can, I did get the gear from the vault. It adds 50% green gem damage, negligible. What you're seeing in any of the damage, it's okay if you don't have it. The big thing, again, is the moment and the moment. You need the moment. That's basically all you need, and then you can go to town. Even with a no strap, you can win with the moment against people with straps. So, really good rework, really solid. I'll probably take him, honestly, to silver on my account, and see if I can, well, I'll just, maybe run him with the 2-click with the swipe at silver, and like sandbag some talent potentially. I don't know that I'll take him gold. Maybe I will if I get bored. Sean is one of my all-time favorites. He's number 2 behind Mick Foley. So he would be my best Sean, and I would use him all the time. So I probably will take him gold just because I'm a mark and I have the pass. But do I think it's worth it? Way, way, way more so now, but you'll have to decide that for you. So those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. My goal was to show you that he doesn't need all the crazy stuff. Please, again, let me reiterate, do not put the green Royal Rumble plate on him, as it's going to add more time and not that much more damage, and you can't kill anyone deaderer, so why slow yourself down for zero reason, right? You can do other stuff if you really wanted to do super dumb stuff where you put the choose in, hit the buff twice, get more X breaks out, all that nonsense that you could potentially do. You know, you could add a Tiffany plate so it buffs the blue gem damage when you hit the purple move and then you swipe. There's a lot of stuff you could do, but you just don't need to. It's fine if you do like a Tiffany plate to buff blues or something, simply because it doesn't add extra time. But whatever plate you're using, just don't add extra time to them, right? If you want to use a plate, that's fine, but don't slow them down, please. Do yourself that favor. You'll thank me later. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments of this video. He's kind of crazy, really good, really fun, but $20 a month rental. So take that for what it's worth. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Yeah, that's gonna be hitting some sweet chin music, I think, for sure.